Yeah.
You see, you got to wait for the 1, 2, 3, and then a bit of a pause, and then we start.
Let's start. Yeah, let's do
with Rykhardt. So what happened with this car was it was a fucking fender bender, really. You know that. I
Yes,
mean,
yeah.
you had to refix it, and then
Small
it
scratch,
just that's it.
and they fucked up the color.
And the car and everything else, and the bumper was off and loose. So you've unconfaculated this.
I'm happy I could help you
How?
guys out. Okay.
How?
So it
Just
was a big mission to get this car back to standard. The orange peel on this car was like even worse than the orange. I'm not sure if you can.
over here, and then here it was smooth, factory smooth.
Yes, yeah. The rear
So
doors
that
were
was the
factory
biggest fuck up.
smooth. Yeah. The rear doors were factory smooth. The rest of the front end where they blended the car and so on was orange peel.
Did they blend it?
They did blend it, yeah.
Did they actually
They did
blend
blend
it?
it.
Because it was different colors. It was gold and blue, and
Yeah, the finish wasn't on point.
this is a blue car. This is a blue car. For about 2 years, we thought it was black. In fact, our last we thought it was black. So Honda S-Type 2006, 2.4 litre, ne?
2.4 liter.
vvti, lovely car, great for tuners especially. And so, yeah, like we say, there was a small bender. We took it to a approved panel beater, and it was a total disaster. That came off, the bumper was loose, everything, and we just fought with them, and we said we take it to Rykhardt, because Rykhardt's a fucking genius. And that was Rykhart's dad who's here. Rykhart's dad beat him a lot as a kid, and that's why he's got proper values now. I was not beaten as a kid. I had to choose to get proper values, and here comes the sun. It is gorgeous. Look at this. Now, of course, with a car, you never ever for this kind of money. I mean, like Concourse Elegance finish, you're looking at a year. If you are working only on the car full time, 6 months,
Yes.
and 100,000 plus. So one cannot expect. But if you look in over here, this is where it counts. This is the difference between good, very good, and excellence. Look, there is nothing there. Nothing. And how did you get the color, Brew?
So we use the factory paint on the petrol flap, and
Okay.
then also the VIN number.
So
So just to compare the VIN number and the petrol flap to see how different it is when they mix it according to the code,
yeah.
and just to maybe tweak it a bit to see if some of the batches might come out a little bit different than the factory. Factory won't be exactly the same always. So this came out.
So I didn't touch a Spectra. It's not a Spectra. It's a factory VIN
Factory VIN, spray out, and
look
see,
at
okay,
it and
tint it a bit and tweaked it a bit.
fucking nut. And then did you have to strip everything? Like I see
everything.
the skirtings were done. This is China.
The handles were off. Beadings was off. Butters was off. Roof was polished.
So I think you should probably start on a quote to do the roof.
Okay. Yeah, we can.
Don't just say okay, because
we will do that.
you've like fucked around with this thing for a long time now, and the price is like phenomenal. So that's fucking good, hey? And in here, we were talking about it earlier, just in over here with the color. And this is the thing, you know, you guys must look at your dash. Look at it closely. Just spend at least 30 minutes looking at your dash. And it's amazing how many fucking different colors are on a dash alone.
Yes, yeah.
You know, that issues you, the KB of mine. I don't think you've actually seen it.
No.
It's probably about 6 different colors.
Just on your dash?
Just the dash.
Yeah.
With all the covers and the trims, it's all
and
different
they make it
colors.
like that to get a little bit more of a difference, and you need to look nice.
Yeah, it looks nice, but it's like an overall thing. And when you get in and you actually look, you like, oh shit, this is not. And then the lights. Tell us about the lights.
So the lights.
This is now that story I want to hear, because they fucked it up here. Where they fucked everything up. They burned through the paint with polishers. It was a fuck up.
So the lights. The lights we did right round flat take off all the old plastic that burned on and so on. It was like a 800 flat.
800.
800.
Just straight on 800.
800 straight
water.
on with water, and then a 1500 with water, and then you get that new product, lens clear, and it uses acetone and not thinners, and the acetone gets the color of the plastic to pop again.
When you say water, do you add a bit of sunlight to it?
Yes, yeah.
So it's a little bit soapy water.
Soapy water.
But only sunlight, not
only
fucking
sunlight.
Mac and cheap shit
No,
like
no.
that.
Sunlight will be, a cheap sunlight will also work as long as it's like a degreaser.
But isn't it like a whole chemical thing of like sunlight? Like, well, what do you call yourself? Are you like a panel technician or a panel beater or a spray painter? What do you call yourself?
I do everything, so I'm not sure.
No, actually, like I'm a panel technician.
Yeah, we can do that, yeah.
But do you spray and
I do spray, I do polish.
Done chassis straightening for us. You've done fucking paint. You've done all the polishing. You've done everything.
Yeah, so I'm a once-off guy. I can do from start to finish, do everything.
And what paint are we know it's PPG, hey?
Yeah,
it's PPG. Brand. Is it the Nexa you're using, or is it a...
No, it's not PPG, this one. It's a Seekins brand.
Oh.
Seekins brand.
Okay.
They call it Dyna. And very, very popular with well-known panel beaters, all approved. So they call it Dyna Coat anti-scratch. And yeah, the finish on this thing is phenomenal. The coverage on the black is crazy. I think on this the full bottom of respray on this car, I think we used about 2 liters of base coat black.
2 liters.
Yeah, about.
Shit. And then that's like a 30 mist, and then...
Okay.
Are we going to move it? All right, you can start it. Let Rykhardt move it. Okay. Guys, here you're going to see it. I mean, this is there's just one problem with this whole car. One problem. And that is that it's no longer a car, it's a fucking work of art. And I mean, listen to that. Look at that. Now we have a little bit of sun coming out, as you can see in the reflection, but you can see everything in the reflection. We might lose Rykhardt on the microphone. It's also a Bluetooth thing. And that's Rykhardt. Just do it. And let me tell you, if you are ever having trouble with your car or your paint or anything, don't take it to anyone else. Take it here. I mean, I changed insurance policies, and I absolutely fucking insisted that should there be any collision damage, now bearing in mind, in the insurance's defense, often you'll get a collision and there's an underlying problem. So if you say, I want to pay out, they are going to not cover that underlying problem unless there is a approved panel beater. But you know, these approved guys, they have a different set of values. They're collision guys. You get guys who are collision guys, and they're trying to do the quickest repair out. We had a bumper stuck on with Prattleys, eh?
Still, yeah.
And super glue and cuck, and it was loose. You could move it at least like 2 inches. And they said, no, it's how the car should be. It was still cracked underneath here. It was a total mess. They sprayed it twice. They sprayed it twice wrong. And it was a disaster. And the whole car was just a mess. Now, my only issue, I mean, there was a dent in the back here. That's out. So what I'm going to do is, if you are looking at this little sun shine there, watch how it moves along there. Straight as an arrow, and that's where a dent was over here. It's taken out. He's taken the whole car apart, and it's absolutely fucking gorgeous. It's so nice that I'm not going to drive this car. If this was my car, I'm going to go find that street pole over there, and the first thing I'm going to do is drive into it. Because then it's no longer a work of art. Now it's a car again. So at the moment, Rykhardt has turned this complete disaster into the most beautiful piece of art I've ever seen. Guys, I'm going to put his email or number in the description. And if you're looking for quality work, not quick collision jobs, nothing of the sort, this is your guy. So thanks for watching, eh?